welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be the first in my how I revised for my GCSEs video, where I'm going to be talking you through how I revised for GCSE maths. As some of you may know, if you follow me on Instagram, I did say that I was not going to post my results online. Not because I wasn't happy with them or anything, just I didn't really want to. But I feel like for this series it's quite important that you have some context into how I did. So I am going to share my grades, but only in the individual videos, so you will have to watch all of them if you want to know all of my grades. So in GCSE maths I took the Edexcel iGCSE and I came out with a grade 9, which I'm so happy with. So yeah, I feel like I can tell you exactly what I did to get the grade 9 that I got. So the first thing with maths is obviously do as many practice questions as you can, especially past papers where they're mixed. Do old spec if you have to, obviously new spec's better, specimen, just every practice question you can get your hands on, just do it, because it gets you into the style of questions that they use in exams, because even though there's slightly different things in some of them, the style of question is still the same. The exam boards are run by the same people mostly, so yeah, they're gonna have their own individual styles. So yeah, do old spec papers as well as the new ones. At school we were set an old spec paper a week, and yeah, it really helped. And for the new spec topics, make sure you do a lot of questions for those too. So at my school they actually attached new spec questions to the back of all the old spec papers. But if your school doesn't do that, then get your textbook, if you have one, hopefully you do, and do the questions for new spec, but do them a bit at a time. What I'm trying to say is don't just get a textbook and do an exercise on a specific topic, because after you've done a few questions on that topic, you'll just be repeating the same steps over and over again. And although it will get it in your mind as you're first learning it, beyond a certain point, it's pointless, because you need to get into the habit of doing it when you see that type of question, and you're not doing that if you know it's in the title of the exercise, if that makes sense. So yeah, but yeah, make sure you do those questions. However, if there's something that when you're doing a past paper you consistently get wrong, so make sure you do mark the papers and work out where you've gone wrong. If there's something you consistently get wrong, then do the exercise from your textbook on that topic to make sure that you fully understand it. Another thing that I personally think is key with maths is to keep going over the topics. You can't just do it in year 9, go, oh I get it now, and then come back to it in year 11. You need to try and consistently go over it. And if you haven't done that up to this point and you're going into year 11 now, don't worry about it. But throughout year 11, try to just one question every, I don't know, even month or something. Just try and keep going over all of the topics to familiarise yourself again with the method to do that type of question. And yeah, it will just really help. The repetition just really helps to get it in your brain properly, and yeah, make sure that you know how to approach each type of question. Another thing that I find really helpful with maths is talking to yourself. I know it just sounds insane, but if you talk yourself through a question while you're doing it, do it with past papers, do it with textbook questions, do it with anything. If you talk it out loud, then you can sort of tell how well you know it, because if you start going or something like that, I've just done that loads, oh well, it makes it sound like I don't know what I'm talking about now. Anyway, no, it's just the fluidity will help you determine how well you know that topic, and yeah, it might even make more sense to you if you realise that there's a logical link between the steps if you're trying to find what the steps are to talk it out loud. And the same goes for teaching other people. At school we had a group chat for a math set, and I would try and help people on that, and that really helped me learn it too, because I was having to try and simplify it as much as possible to someone who maybe didn't understand it quite as well as I did. I'm sorry if you keep seeing me looking down here. I've got a list of my special points of my top tips. So yeah, my last point is use all the resources that are available to you. My Maths is really good. Maths Watch is really good. I think there's Hegarty Maths. There's all sorts of things online which are really, really good for maths. And yeah, use them as much as you can, especially if you don't understand something. Sometimes it's just there are different ways of doing something. Maybe your teacher prefers one way and you don't get it, and they prefer that way. If you can do it the other way, do it the other way. They shouldn't take marks off if you do it an alternate way, as long as you got the correct answer. Yeah, there's a lot of alternative methods. Like I used a completely different method to my teacher for factorising trinomials with the coefficient of x squared being greater than 1. I used a method called the AC method. That might not mean anything to you, but my teacher just did it by trial and error, and I didn't like that, and it took me longer than I wanted to spend on the questions, so I looked up the other way how to do it, and that was absolutely fine because I got the same answers in the end. So yeah, look for alternative methods that may be more instinctive to you. So those are the main tips that I have for studying GCSE maths. I hope you've enjoyed this video and I hope it helps. If you have any questions, then leave them down below. And yeah, please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!